All right, good morning, everyone. This is Rachel. We'll go ahead and get started. You're stuck with me today and only me. We're going to talk about some fun new features in Waterlink, and hopefully that you will be able to get yourself set up with these and start using them right away. So just a couple of things to go over first before we get started, some reminders. It's been the end of the compliance cycle. Most everything was due by January 10th. Your Myrtles, your routine coliform samples, monthly reports, and any chem data due by December 31st, 2018. We are getting ready to send out notices of violation for all of these if we haven't already sent them out. So we're dialing down and getting finished up on violations. If you think you might be getting a notice of violation or you're concerned, you can always contact us, or you can check your monitoring schedule on Waterlink or your IPS report. And I'm going to switch over to Waterlink here in a minute, so I'll show you all of where to get all of that. The other reminder I want to give everybody is that 2019 is a very big sampling year. Most everything is due by December 31st of this year. Everything monthly will be for November, and December is due 12/31. Everything for that fourth quarter due 12/31, everything yearly due 12/31. That's normal. That's the same as every year. The thing that's unique about this year is that if you have a chem sample that's due either once every 3, 6, or 9 years, it's more than likely that it's due by the end of this year. So check your monitoring schedule, coordinate with your laboratories. We don't want labs to get overwhelmed, and we don't want to overwhelm your budget. So please check your monitoring schedule and be aware of that. Now, your lead copper samples and your disinfection byproduct samples, those key off of the date last sampled. So you'll have to double check your monitoring schedule for those because it could be different. Some trainings that are coming up. We've got a real water training on rules in Eden tomorrow, January 29th. That's all day. And you can check the Real Water website for that one. There's, of course, the Real Water Conference at the end of February, very, very beginning of March down in St. George. And we have a webinar a week from today at 10:30 where we have Real Water staff coming to talk about what to expect at the conference. There's an AWWA training in Price on March 14th, and I just told you about that. So those are just some upcoming trainings to keep in mind. And now to the fun part. Okay, so what I want to talk to you about today is the Waterlink Portal. We created this access to more in-depth part of Waterlink for water system operators that are unique to just the operator and the system that the operator works for. So you've got to get one of these accounts. It's really cool. I'm going to show you today how you can upload a document to Waterlink and track that using your portal account. But you can also use your portal account to notify us when a source or a facility, like a treatment plant, maybe you have a chlorinator that you've turned offline. You don't have to call us. You don't have to email us. You can just use your Waterlink portal. So it's nice for you because then you don't have to interact with humans, which is great. We all support not interacting with each other. So it will allow you to upload these documents. And then once the documents are uploaded, you'll be able to see that they've been approved by the rule manager. You'll get an email from that rule manager. And it gets rid of this problem. We have run into this problem so often, and this is our fix for it. When we get an email or a phone call from a water system, or we interact with you in person at a training, we always get this comment: we sent this to you 4 times, 5 times, 6 times. Why am I still not getting credit for it? Why is it still showing a violation? How do I get confirmation that I sent this to you? You know, it's a valid critique of the division that many times people will email us or email our main DDW reports at gmail.com, and you don't get the confirmation that you're looking for. We have started with DDW reports, sending back a confirmation email, but more often than not, we get that feedback from water systems that I feel like when I send it to the division, it goes into a black hole. So here's our stop gap for the black hole. No more black hole, because you will be able to see it and you'll get an email that it has been approved. So What can you upload? Do not upload data. That's the only thing. If your laboratory is sending data, and we prefer to get the data directly from the labs through the compliance monitoring data portal. However, it is your responsibility to make sure we did get a copy of that data. So we will accept copies from you, of course. But if you're not sending data, what can you send? Well, we got plenty of things that you can upload to the Waterlink portal. You can upload your consumer confidence reports, your certification letter, sample site plans. If you have high disinfection byproducts, you have to do this operational evaluation level document. Your lead and copper certifications, your sampling plans for lead, copper, coliform, your quarterly reports, monthly reports, deficiency correction form, and any type of public notice that we've required your water system to do. I want to talk just that deficiency correction form is important. Oh, and if you have anything else that you want to add to this list, if you have a document that you want to see on the portal for your water system, just let us know. Shoot me an email. Let me know to add it to the list. I'm sure there's plenty that I have missed when we first built this. I want to talk about that deficiency correction form. So the second bullet to the bottom, deficiency correction form is talking about when you correct a deficiency. Now, if you go to your IPS report, you'll see this physical facility points. One thing I want water systems to pay really close attention to is if you get deficiencies in here that have SIG as the severity, that means it's a significant deficiency and you need to get that fixed as fast as possible. If you go past the deadline, and you can see what the deadline is if you click view details, but if you go past the deadline on getting that significant deficiency fixed, then it turns into a violation, and it's a big troublesome thing for the water systems, for us. It gets reported to EPA. It's just bad news. So again, this is from your IPS report. When you want to fix this deficiency, or you have fixed it and you want to give us proof that you've done it, you fill out a deficiency correction form, which is on our website, and you submit it to us. But now you can submit it using the Waterlink portal, which is super handy because then you get that confirmation email back, and you can also access the document when you are logged into your water system. Okay. So let's talk about how to get an account. So first you go to waterlink.utah.gov and you click on public portals and you select portal access instructions, and it's going to look like this. So I'm going to skip over to Waterlink. Here's public, and you can be public. I'm already logged in as a fake person on this account, so I can see portals. But if you're just hitting the public account, you'll only see public and portal access instructions. So you click on portal access instructions, and here's what you've got. You've got to do quite a few steps. You've got to create a utah.gov account. And then after you create that account, you have to log in here, which is logging into Waterlink. Then you have to click on create the portal account. This step number 3 is where you select the water system that you work for, and you give us justification for approving your name and email address to be tied to that particular water system. We do vet these. We make sure it's a certified operator. We have some sort of communication from water system management that this is a legitimate account. So you want to request access for that account, and then log out. And then you have to wait for the division to approve that. The division gets an email request that a portal account is trying to be created for a particular water system or a list of water systems. Maybe you work with the local health department and you want access to all of the systems that you work with, or you're an operator who works for multiple water systems. You can select more than one for your account. But once your account has been approved, you'll get an email, and then you'll be able to rock and roll. So here's what it looks like when you go to create an account. You just choose an ID, and this is up to you. You can pick anything. First name, last name is required. Email address is required. And then you type that in again. This alternate email address. So in order to prepare for this webinar, I created a bunch of fake accounts this morning, and it was, I have to admit, very stressful. I was confused. And I'm part of the people behind the scenes who put this together. So I learned this morning that, of course, this alternate email address is optional. I would definitely leave that blank if you can. I had less problems leaving this alternate email address blank. Then you type in a new password, you verify that password, and this is optional as well. So I left that blank as well and had more success with that. So then you click create, and it will take you to a different page. If I click create right now, it's going to tell me I've made a bunch of errors. But once you click create, so here's one that's all filled in as much as necessary. I doubled my regular email address as my alternate, and it still took it. But anyway, this seems to be the page that most people have frustration for. So once you create that account, it'll spin for a little bit. The browser will spin, and then it will ask for information, extra information. What this is, it's going to ask you for your super secret questions and answers. So like, what was the first car you owned? Who was your favorite teacher? Those kind of security questions. And then you put in a request to activate that account. So make sure that you're hitting all 3 steps. It's not just this screen, it's then the super secret questions, security questions, and then the activation. So you will be getting emails along this process. And here's my fake email. I first got an email that I was welcomed, and I had to verify my email. So this was the first email in the creation of my portal account. And then I got another email saying that thanks for creating it, and now it has to be reviewed, and you'll receive an email once it's reviewed and approved. So once that step is completed, the ball is out of your court, and you wait for the division staff to approve it once they vet it. And then once it has been approved, you get this email that says that you are approved, it's completed. You can now access the DEQ Waterlink Portal. And then I would just click on this link to go straight to the portal, or you can go back and just start logging back into Waterlink. So keep in mind, you need to get these 3 emails to make sure that your account is approved. So here's my fake email as my fake person, and Rachel, approved my fake person, Stan, with the portal account this morning. So here's my fake person, and I have been approved now to use my portal account just with my water system. So I want to show you what that looks like. So I've logged in. You can log out, and if you go to log back in, we just click log in, putting your Utah ID. It doesn't have to be the email. It's just the Utah ID that you selected with your password. Click log in. And now you're here. Now you can look up any water system here that you are looking to upload your consumer confidence report or any other document. So you want to go to the portal. So now you have this option. You can click on portal and make this bigger. And now you can access your CEUs and upload CEUs once they're approved by our technical assistance staff. This water system update request, this is where you go for your water system and request that a facility is changed. You just click new update request. Maybe you just want to say the spring is inactivated. You click edit. You change it to active or inactive. You click save. I'm not going to click saves because that'll cause me problems. And then you exit out, and then we review that for approval. So that's where you can change your contact information here and activate or request the activation or the inactivation of your facilities. But I want to show you the file upload. So my name's Stan. I work for a water system, and I want to upload a file. So when you go to select that water system, this is the only water system that my account has been approved to touch. This is the water system that I work for and that the division double checked and made sure that I'm a legitimate person working for the system. So you can only select your system tied to your account. And then you pick what type of document you're going to upload. So let's say I want to upload my CCR. I'm going to put in some reasons for this file. I'll say CCR for 2019. Any words you put here will show to you. So don't make it too long. is, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. If you put too many words, things, these all show up. Okay, I'm going to put that there. So then you certify that you represent the system, and then you just pick your file. So I'm going to pick my CCR for 2019, and it's going to take a minute to upload, and there it is. And I just selected it from my computer, and then I click save. And it's been uploaded to a parking lot. Now I'm going to switch hats. I'm no longer going to be Stan. I'm going to be, whoops, I didn't mean to click there. I'm no longer going to be Stan. I'm going to be Rachel, who works at the division, which is this account. See, now I'm Rachel. I can just do all sorts of things. So I go and double check, whoops, upload approval. I see that Stan has uploaded a CCR, and we go through a process here. Once it's been approved by that role manager will send you an email, and this magic accept button gets selected once it's been approved. If there's issues with the document, the role manager will contact you via the email tied to your account, and you and the role manager will work together to make sure that this document can get approved. So once the role manager is happy with it, internally at the division, accept is clicked. So now this document has been accepted. So I'm going to go back to my Stan account. Here I am, and I want to see that document. So I'm going to log into this is my system, my inventory report, and it's always on the inventory report. You scroll down to the bottom, and you can see file upload history. You can see I played with it this morning. I uploaded a sample site plan, and I've uploaded a CCR. And then you just click on the document if you want to look at it, and it downloads to your computer, and you can pull it up and look it over. You can re-upload it. You do have to go, here's that document. Here's the CCR that I've uploaded. Here's again, see these words all show up. So keep in mind that if you're uploading a document, that everything you put in the reason for the file is visible to you. Now there's a really key point we need to, well, some key things to note with this document upload. Of course, like I said before, your portal account is tied only to your water system and that email address that's part of your portal account. You do see the documents only when you're logged in, except for the CCR. Approved CCRs will be seen by the public. So that's a really important thing to be aware of. And I'll show you that in a minute, how it looks when just the regular public tries to access your documents. The only document they will see is the Consumer Confidence Report. You do get an email confirmation by the role manager that the document has been received and approved. So that's a receipt. You want to keep that. And to access the documents you've uploaded and that DDW has approved, it's always going to be part of your inventory report. So if you go to your monitoring schedule, I'm going to go to my monitoring schedule. It's not going to be at the bottom of this page. This is just my basic monitoring schedule. It ends with the open compliance schedules. So I want to see the documents. You have to click on inventory right here. So click on inventory, go all the way to the bottom. And here are the documents that I've uploaded. So I'm Stan, and I work for this water system, and I'm logged in, so I can see all the documents that I've uploaded. I'm going to go and upload one more because I'm on a roll. So I go to Portal, File Upload, select my water system. Let's upload some public notice form for coliform. Please review. Remember, if it's anything but CCR, it will stay private for that system. So I'm going to certify that I indeed represent the system, and I'm going to pick my file. I had a fake document here. Where did it go? I'm going to upload this. And it takes a minute to upload. I don't know if this one will because it's an HTML. Let me pick something else. Let me pick an Excel document. So you can do Excel, you can do Word, you can do PDF. So I've uploaded my Excel document, and now I just have to click save, and then I wait while the division approves it. So now I'm going to put on my division hat. I'm going to log in as Rachel. Whoops, let's see if that worked. Here I am, I'm Rachel now, and I work for the division, so I'm going to go look at that document. I'm going to send this to the rule manager who looks at the public notice for coliform. And at this point, everything takes place internally. The rule manager is going to review it, contact the person at this email if there are any questions or concerns. If it meets the requirement of what was trying to be fulfilled, then internally this document is accepted. And now Rachel can just go on about her day, which is fantastic. But now I don't know why it logs me in as, I gotta pick my fake person. Sometimes as you log in, it'll take you to this page. Don't let that throw you off. Just go up, click in Waterlink, and it'll take you to your login. So I'm going to pull up my water system, and I want to look at that document that I just got an email that said it was approved. So I scroll down to the bottom, and look, there it is. The public notice for coliform, please review the uploaded date. It doesn't have an uploaded time. Hopefully that's not necessary, but give us some feedback on this as you play with it and as you interact with it. Let us know what's working for you, what's not working for you. This is the first version of this file upload that we've ever created inside of Waterlink. So we're looking for some feedback. We want to make sure that this works really well for you, that it meets your needs. So if you want to log out and you just want to see what the public sees, let me see if I can. Okay, so now I'm nobody. I'm just the regular public. So I want to look at, I'm going to snoop on this system. I want to look at this water system. So I pulled up Stan's system and I clicked on inventory, and I'm going to scroll all the way down, and I'm snooping. This is what the general public can see. Now you can see that the general public only can see and download your CCR. All those other documents that are available to upload through the portal, only the person who is logged in and approved for that particular water system can see those documents. So that's really an important point that I just want to make sure everybody is clear about, that your CCRs will be available to the public. I can download this, I can pull it up, I can read it. Here it is, easy peasy. But if I'm logged in as my portal person, as Stan, and I pull up my system, I can scroll down my inventory and I can access everything here. Now let's say that Stan wants to look at a neighboring system. Sorry, am I going too fast? So Stan can access all of the documents that have been uploaded. And so this is our response to, hey, division, I sent that in 5 billion times, but the violation is still showing up. Now the water systems can say, it's in my file upload on Waterlink, so you guys need to do your job and leave me alone. So this is our way to certify so that you can actually see it's been reviewed, it's been approved. If there's any issues, it should just be issues on the division's end. So it's kind of cool. Okay, so Stan wants to look at another system. He wants to look at Provo. Wants to see what documents are uploaded for Provo. Guess what? He's not approved to view documents for Provo City. So there is no file upload history here. If Provo had uploaded a consumer confidence report to Waterlink, Stan would be able to see that document here, but that's it. So keep in mind, this is kind of a little private area just for the person and the water system who are tied together. So I'm going to go back. I'm still logged in as Stan, and I want to look at the portal again. So this is the file upload that is the purpose for this webinar. You can only select your system, and these are the file types. So again, if you can think of another file type that you want to show up in that file upload history for your water system, shoot us an email. You can email DDW reports at utah.gov. You can email me, rcassidy@utah.gov. We'd love to get your insight. What else would be useful for you to be able to upload and see on your inventory report for your water system? So that's kind of cool. And then this update request, I kind of skimmed over it a little bit. Let me pick my system again. So I'm Stan, and I need to do a new update. So this is where Stan can change the administrative contact. Maybe you've had some turnover and you need to change update information. If you would like a sampling reminder contact, we send email reminders out for samples that are coming due in some instances. And so this is a great way to add an email reminder contact. It's also a place where you can update your legal contact and your water system population. When we say legal contact, what we mean is the address, the actual physical location that we will mail all of our fun and exciting things to, notices of violation, or sometimes we mail out nice things too. So you want to make sure that the legal contact is the correct mailing address. And then it's also where you change activity status for facilities. Now, you put in these requests and they again have to be approved by the Division of Drinking Water. So your update request, water system information update request, and the file upload, both of these have to be approved internally at the division. A couple other things that might be useful for you, available to the public. You can pull up your CEUs. You can download the CCR data for the previous year for your water system. This is a report for the local health departments, information about cross-connection, backflow testing, engineering. This export main report to CSV, not many people know about this, but it's actually pretty handy. I'm going to select that for my system. Pick your system and you can download your inventory and your monitoring schedule. You click download, and what it gives you is it gives you your monitoring schedule in an Excel document, which is actually quite handy. So you just have to format it. And this is a way for the water system to be able to access, and it's the last sample, the date last sample that's key. You can download your monitoring schedule and your inventory report as Excel documents, which many water systems prefer to track it that way. So that's kind of a handy report. It's just called main report to CSV. Chemical analysis report is also very handy. If you want to pull your data, let's say I want to pull Salt Lake City data for arsenic. You just put in your filters, you can select dates, you click run report, and you get an Excel file of that data that you've requested. Our data is public information, and this is a way for you to access that for your water system or any water system. Level 1 assessments, this is if you get assigned to do a level 1 assessment. This is where that's housed. So you select your system and it puts together a level 1 assessment questionnaire that you walk through. The key for the level 1 assessment is to give us some more information, tell us the story, and then in the other box in this description section, and then you click submit, and those get reviewed internally here at the division. So public facing, Waterlink, these are some really, these two links are really handy. I think that most water systems aren't aware of, but we want you to request and get your portal account. I would love to be able to show you on your inventory report when you're logged in that we have received and approved your files. It's just such a handy way for you to not have to worry or wonder if the division has received that, because you'll be able to log into Waterlink and see it right here. So this has been active in Waterlink since November of last year. We just haven't had a lot of usage from it because we haven't really talked about it until now. So we've gotten the chance to do the webinar today on this this new upload. I'm super excited about it and hope that you will use it. So again, just some reminders of things to note. And then we just wanted to take 30 minutes of your time. So you will get CEUs. There'll be a link to a quiz, and I'm going to show you how to find that link here in a second. Please wait 24 hours for the link to post. It's not going to post immediately. We have to write a short quiz for you to get the CEUs. We're doing another webinar a week from today, February 4th at 10:30 a.m. We're going to have Rural Water staff here talking about what to expect at the Rural Water Conference that starts on February 25th. And if you have not registered for that, if you have questions about that, you can, of course, go to the Rural Water website. It's just rwau.net. And you can access their annual conference under their conferences. You can get all that information there. But we'll talk about that next week. Okay, so you want your CEUs. So I'm going to go to where we post our webinars online. They get posted on our main page under monthly webinars. And I'm going to click on a webinar. Let's say I viewed this webinar. I'm done with it. It was great. I learned a lot. I want my CEUs. Where in the world is the link? It's not here. It's not obviously in the title. It's not here. It's here under Show More. So you click Show More, and then voila, there's your CEU link. You click on that, and it takes you to the Google page, the form. You put in your information, you answer some questions, and you get your CEUs if you answer the questions correctly. Well, not the questions about who you are, but the questions about the webinar. So click on Show More on the link. And you guys, that's all I have. So questions or comments, you can always submit them to me. Again, my email address, I think I've got it up here somewhere, rcassidy@utah.gov, but you can also access us DDW reports at utah.gov. So thanks everybody for attending the webinar, and I hope to see just a huge flood of portal account requests coming through over the next week. We want to get you set up with this so that you can submit these documents, get them approved, and see when you're logged into Waterlink that they have been approved. So thanks.